Alright, hey guys, Dave here from Postgrad Casanova. Today I'm coming to you from UCLA campus in Los Angeles. It's fucking amazing out here. And today I want to talk to you about how to ask the right questions to open up any conversation. And so a lot of guys go into conversations kind of scared. They don't want to run out of things to say. They don't know, how to direct the conversation. And a lot of times they just fizzle out. They end up asking question after question in the wrong way, or just talking about themselves too much and kind of boring the girl. So scientists did a study a few years ago, and they found something very interesting. They found that talking about ourselves invokes the same pleasure centers in our brain as food and money. And food and money, we all like those things, so it's a pretty powerful thing. Right, so the more you can get someone to talk about themselves, the better, and the more they'll actually like you and take an interest in you as well. But how do you actually structure those questions, and what questions do you ask in order to make the conversation flow and get them really to open up to you? So there's two main types of questions you want to ask. The first are short answer questions. These are questions like, what do you do? Where are you from? What college did you go to? These questions are important because they give you a baseline level of knowledge about a person. And then you have more open-ended questions. These questions require a longer response and more thoughtful responses as well. These are questions like, what do you like about what you do? What was it like to grow up there? Once they tell you about where they're from. What made you want to get into that? We're talking about their career. So these questions are good, but you need those baseline questions, those short answer questions, in order to balance these two questions out. So in order to show you an example of this, I'll bring in my buddy Dave from Beastly Gentlemen, David, because I'm Dave. And
what's up, guys?
What's up? So in this example, he's gonna be a girl because he has some feminine qualities, right?
Yeah, bro.
And we're just gonna pretend like I'm in a conversation, and I'm gonna start off by asking just short answer questions, and you're gonna see how this is gonna play out. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Cool. Do you come out here a lot?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, cool. You go to UCLA?
I do. Yeah.
Oh wow, nice. What do you major in?
Economics. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Are you from LA?
No, not from LA. From Boston.
Oh, cool. see, just asking those three questions, very short answer questions, just kind of awkward. The conversation starts to stall out. It goes into interview mode, right? And it's just kind of awkward, right? How'd you feel in that?
Felt pretty damn awkward. It's like, is this guy gonna leave me alone? He's not actually allowing me to talk about myself.
Yeah. So let's see how that completely changes when we add in more open-ended questions to kind of balance out those short answer questions. So let's do the same example. So, so I'm Dave.
David, nice to meet you.
Cool. So you from LA?
No, I'm not from LA. Actually from Boston.
Nice. Oh wow, that's pretty crazy. What brings you out all the way from Boston to LA?
So I'm actually on this weird kind of 2-week vacation where this guy paid me to come out here, and I'm staying out. He put me off in this really cool place, and yeah, it's just been a wild adventure. Yeah.
That sounds pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's been kind of wild.
All right, so what do you think about LA so far?
It's a really interesting city. Coming from Boston, it's like it's a lot different. It's not what I'm used to. Like, people really definitely care about appearances out here. A lot of hot girls though, for sure.
I actually came from the East Coast too, and it's so different. The weather's a lot better. People are like a little bit more open. I don't know. Have you noticed that too?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, people here definitely seem a little more like laid back. I don't know so much as like actually open to talking to you, but they definitely seem a little bit more relaxed.
Cool, nice. So you saw how that was. I kind of asked the questions like, oh, do you go to UCLA? Cool. Or what did I ask you?
You asked me like why I'm out in California, which again, like, that allowed me to talk about myself, and by doing that, like, I can actually drive. It gives me some control too of how to answer the question. It's not just a yes or no question. So I was able to talk about this trip that I'm actually pretty excited to be on.
Yeah, and when he's talking about why he's out here, he's talking about his passions, talking about stuff he's interested in, and in answering that, you kind of can read, some characteristics about him, what he likes, and it gives you fuel for actually continuing the conversation and make it flow. Because with every response, you get little tidbits that you can kind of go off of to keep it going. Like, oh, he's from Boston. That's another conversation thread you can go on. And you're like, oh, he's up here for the week. He's a coach. Like, oh, that's another conversation thread. Like, what do you like about coaching? Like, all that kind of stuff. So that's just a very baseline level of how to structure the right questions in a conversation to make it flow. So it's all about balancing the short answer questions with the more open-ended questions. And if you can do that, you can make any conversation flow pretty much no matter what. You got anything to add?
Nah, dude, I think you fucking nailed it down pretty hardcore.
All right, so get out there in this conversation. Start off with the basic questions, go into the more open-ended questions. Keep a good balance. Listen and relate to what they say, and just keep it going. Make it flow. Well, listen, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks, Dave, for Beastly Gentlemen, and we out.
Stay beastly.
Stay beastly.
Boom.